from my side and from my organization for taking part in today's discussion. And I am obliged also for calling me to take part in today's discussion. Secondly, as far as the language is concerned, I am from West Bengal, so I cannot speak in Tamil. It would be very fantastic if I could speak and could communicate with you in Tamil. But I will speak in English, and since I am a political activist, came from the political battle and not an academician, so I can only speak in very simple English, not a very high English. I cannot speak in that type of academic English, but very simple day to day as a common man English. So I think it will not be a very difficult thing to communicate. But still, if you have any problem, Comrade Selvi will help. That is, I hope. And thirdly, Comrade, I want to say that today's issue, the relation between caste and class, this is one of the very debatable issues in communist movement. There are many ideas, many opinions and debates also in communist movement. So there is a chance of difference of opinion. I might have one opinion, you may have some other opinion, but I will be very happy if you also take part in a discussion. I hope there will be an question answer session or interactive session. I hope if the time permits, because you know, attaining the truth is a process of a collective one. No one individually can attain truth. Through debates, through discussion, through conflicts of ideas, the truth can be attained. So I am not saying that the final word. I am saying, I am presenting before you as per our latest understanding of our organization and our party, CPML Registrar. According to our latest understanding, I am presenting our opinion. So I hope that you will take participate in this discussion. Comrades, for a long time, one idea was prevailing in the communist movement that the caste system is a part of feudalism. It is a character of feudalism. And if feudalism can be overthrown, if feudalism can be eradicated, the caste system will wither. So this is one idea was prevailing in communist movement for a long time. And our party, Registrar, we have practically started caste annihilation movement from 2012. In 2011, in our 9th party congress, the matter was elaborately discussed. And from that time on, practically from 2009, we started engaging in serious study in this question. And gradually, we have come to this conclusion that matter is not so easy. The caste system, basically based on Varna system. Varna system is the basic structure, and later on this Varna system extended throughout the country, and India is a vast country with many diversities. And when the Varna system extended throughout India, and the practical life, it embraced the whole practical life, then gradually the caste system took place. So the caste system is an extended form of Varna system. The Varna system is basically a division of the human beings. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Sudras. This division. And this division, if you see, according to Manusmriti or many others Vedic literature, what is basically this division based on? The division is simply, if I put it simply, there are many other things. I will gradually come to this aspect. But firstly, we have to understand the matter very simple way. That the Brahmins will be engaged in worship. He will keep contact with the gods, and the Kshatriya people will rule, and Vaishya and Sudra, they will be engaged in production. Vaishya and Sudra will produce. What they will produce? The surplus. Because if there is no surplus, no division of human being take place. When there is a surplus, then the question comes, who will take this surplus? In Aryan society, when the surplus started to be produced, then this division was proposed. Before that, there was no division. If you study Rig Veda, before surplus was produced in the Aryan society, there was no division. There are many suktas dealt with this. There is no division in the Aryan people. When the surplus started to take place, surplus was produced, then this division was proposed. That Brahmin will keep contact with the god, that means they will be engaged in the worshipping, the Aryans will rule, and Vaishya and Sudras, they will produce. They will produce what? Surplus. And what they will do? The Vaishya and these Brahmin and Kshatriyas, they will take this surplus in the name of ruling, in the name of divinity, etc. So basic thing. What does it mean actually? It means extraction of surplus. One society is divided among two sects. One section is producer and another section is the expropriator. They are ruler who take the surplus in their hand. Basic thing. What is it actually? This is class division. This is not such a thing that CPML register is first say this. No. Before us, many means there are some communist organizations who introduced this concept. You know that comrade K. Ramachandran, not K. N. Ramachandran, not our comrade, K. Ramachandran of CPIML Janashakti. He wrote about this, and one of his articles says that thus the Varna system, which first started social making based on a primitive social division of labor and political subordination of one group by another, took the concrete shape of social division based on social division of labor to extract surplus from the toiling people and division of laborers to originated. Means that extract of surplus. That is, he said that basically this system, this Varna division, it was basically the basic target and basic aim and basic character of this division is to extract surplus from the hands of the toiling people to the hands of the ruling class. This is the basic. Comrade Ramachandran said. Comrade Santosh Rana, I am giving some quotation. It may not be possible to translate, but the essence Just the essence will be communicated. Comrade Santosh Rana. Santosh Rana is one of the leaders of PCC CPIML. Santosh Rana, in one of his articles, he said that in short, the position of an individual in social division of labor, his role in controlling the means of production, his social prestige in relation of the law, his portion of social surplus, and the means of achieving this surplus, etc., are determined by his Varna. Again, Santosh Rana also said that Varna system is basically to extract the surplus from one hand to another, from direct producer to a class which is not producer, who are the ruler. Again, if you read Comrade A.S. Dange also started in this question in his earlier period, in his initial days. He has a book From Primitive Communism to Slavery. This book has many wrong ideas, but one thing is very correctly he stated in Dange, A.S. Dange. He correctly said that basically this Varna division, primitive communism, from primitive communism the society went into the class division. This class division actually took shape of the Varna division in Indian society. Yes, Dange also said like that. Similarly, Devi Prasad Chattopadhyay also discussed this issue and said the same thing. Whoever seriously and honestly went deeper into the Varna division and Varna system, they understood that this Varna division is nothing but basically the class division. Varna division is class division in Indian context, in Indian perspective. This is not only related to the pluralism, this is related to the all class societies in India, because Varna system is basically, Varna division is basically class division. That thing should be very clear. Secondly, which you have to understand, that this Varna division was proposed and introduced by the Aryans. In this question also there are many debates, but according to our understanding, till date there is no concrete proof that apart from the Aryans, in other societies, in India, before Aryans, there was Indus Valley civilization. In Indus Valley civilization also is a class divided society, because there was huge surplus. Agriculture was very much strong and flourished. So surplus was produced. On the basis of surplus of agriculture, the urbanization took place. And urbanization took place means there is society is divided among the classes. A class, ruling class developed. One very strong trading was developed, not only inside the Indian subcontinent, but from Indian subcontinent to all known civilization at that time. Mesopotamia, Babylon, everywhere. In Greece, everywhere. So this was going on. With Roman civilization, this was going on. So Indus Valley civilization also class divided society. But there was no proof till date, as far we know about the Indus Valley civilization. We do not know also many things, because the script is yet to be decoded. But as far we know about this Indus Valley civilization, there is no sign of caste division in or Varna division in Indus Valley civilization. But the civilization was class divided. And if you say I am from Bengal. In Bengal society, if you study the Bengal history and the history of the Bengalis, you will also see there were no such like caste or Varna division in Bengal history. Or I think that in the southern part of our country, there was society developed in its own way. There was a division of classes took place, but no concrete proof of Varna division in southern part. This is basically related to the Aryans. Aryans means not all Aryans. We have to understand that. Aryans means the Vedic Aryans. Those Aryans who composed Vedas. In all Vedic literature, when the class division started, because when Aryans came, actually what happened? They started a new civilization. Their civilization was much lower because the Indus Valley civilization was a much higher civilization, Bronze Age civilization, and for many aspects it was much higher. Aryan civilization when started in India in 1500 BCE, then they did not know the agriculture. They were just a pastoral people. They did not know agriculture, and they did not have the surplus also. So the society is some kind of primitive communist society. Very much scarcity of food. If you go through the Rig Vedas, you will see many suktas where it is said that give us food, asking God. Asking God means that is not God proper. That God, Indra, Varuna, this type of gods are very peculiar character. These gods are, they are staying within the human beings. They are taking food like human beings. They are taking drink, soma, like human beings. So they are all like human beings. And there is a term in Rig Veda that Nrivat Sakha. Nrivat Sakha means Nri means human, Bhat means like. Nrivat, human like. Sakha means friends. So you are our friends, you are like human. So we understand that these gods in the Rig Vedic gods are not gods proper. The Rig Vedic gods are basically the advanced detachment of a warrior gang. So in the Rig Veda, many suttas are devoted to them. That due to your performance in war, you bring some food. You give us food, help us to get food. So crisis of food. There are 16 different terms of food, anna, varsa, many things. So scarcity of food was very high at the initial time of the Rig Veda. But gradually when they learned agriculture from the non-Aryan people, then gradually they started agriculture, and especially after the introduction of iron in 800 BCE, this agriculture was jumped and the surplus was produced, and huge amount of surplus was produced after discovering iron, and then the society was divided among the classes. Means this proposal is started coming, this Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. So this is basically you will not find in Rig Veda. Rig Veda just only one sukta that was extrapolated later, only one sukta, that is in Mandala 10, Purusha Sukta, only one verse. That is also not saying very details. They only say the Brahmin came out from the mouth, Kshatriya came out from the arms, Shudra came out from the thigh, and the Vaishya came out from the thighs, and Shudra came out from the feet. Thus, nothing more, not thus here. It was later exploded, that is also many people said. First time, did this question very elaborately. And Manusmriti, this Smriti is basically a kind of book which is law books, Smriti. But law books is written by the human being. So at that time, law books are not sufficient to convince people in favor of any system. Because people will definitely ask that this is proposed by you. This is proposed by you, law books. So why we should obey? So that is why they needed to extrapolate it in Rig Veda. Because Ved is Shruti. Ved, they tell, I mean it is told that Vedas was written not by the human being, it was written by the God. So Vedas was something which was produced by the God, not by the human being. So what the Smriti books tells, that must have some link, some indication, some sanction by the Shruti. That is why the Smriti-Shruti combination, Smriti and Shruti. Shruti means law, Shruti means the Vedas, the book, sacred book which was produced by the God. So Shruti Shruti combination took place, and the Varna system started to be very much institutionalized from the time of Manu. Ambedkar dealt this question, who is Manu? From many Vedic literature, he discussed this question. Who was Manu? Manu is, that when Mauryan Emperor Ashoka converted in Buddhism. What is Buddhism? First we have to understand that what is Buddhism. Buddhism is that when the society was divided between two alliances, one side the ruling alliance, Brahmins and Kshatriyas. Both of them, they required others, because Kshatriya cannot rule without the divine sanction. The divine sanction came from the Brahmins, because Brahmins have a direct touch with the God. Later Vedic period, the gods did not stay in this world with the human being. All type of gods, those who were not gods proper, they are advanced detachment of the human being. Nilbhat Sakha, Garuda, Indra, Ojuni, Ashwini brothers, all are abandoned in the later Vedic period. In later Vedic period, the concept of Brahma came. Brahma. The Brahma stays where? There. Not here. Not in this world. That world. And the Brahmins, what is the task of the Brahmins? To have a direct connection with the Brahma. So, middleman. Brahmins is a middleman to Brahma. That is why they are Brahmin. So, if the Brahmins are not with the Kshatriyas, the Kshatriya could not rule. Because Kshatriya, he is worldly affair. They are dealing the worldly affair. They must have some divine sanction. This divine sanction coming from the Brahmins. That is the basic reason of Kshatriya and Brahmin combination. And the other section was when there are two combination. Another side of the combination was the Vaishya and Shudra. Shudra, they did not have any right. Shudra's property can be taken. Shudra did not have any surplus. Only they will get, that was stated again and again, that Shudra will only get the things which is just required for his subsistence. Because he has to live. Because he will work. Then only surplus will be produced. Then only surplus will be taken by the ruling class. So he has to be alive. So for that only he will be. There is same definition in capital. In capital, Marx gives the same definition about the working class. What is the wage? How it is determined? The wage. Wage is the working class is determined by the labor inside it. Labor inside it means that you have to produce your labor for next day. That means you have to be alive, you have to work in the next day. That means the worker as a wage gets only the subsistence, nothing else. The surplus will go to the hand of the ruling class. Similarly, in our context, in Indian context, the Shudra is defined just like capital. It was described or analyzed or said that Shudra will get only the subsistence, so that they can be alive and work. Thus, this is Shudra. And who was the Vaishya? Vaishya by this time, gradually, when the Varna system was introduced, Vaishya was the first section of the Vaishya was introduced, was engaged in the agriculture, and one section in trading. As the surplus will grow, the difference between agriculture and trading started. So the traders, a small group of Vaishya is also the trader, and another section of the Vaishya is engaged in agriculture. So therefore a group of traders started to appear in India. Those who are very powerful, they are having a good amount of money, but they did not have any social prestige, they did not have any political control or political rule or any political rights. So they join hands with the Shudra. So this is the basic thing of alliance between Shudra and Vaishya on the other section. And whole this Vaishya and Shudra, they supported the Buddhism. Buddhism emerged as the ideological expression of this Vaishya and Shudra. And Brahmavada, Vedanta, Brahmanism started to appear as the theoretical expression or philosophical expression of the ruling class. So, Brahmana versus Ramana, this is the basic contradiction in the theoretical philosophical scale at that time. One side is the Brahmana, another is Shramana. And in the Shramana, the biggest group was the Buddhist. So, there is a basic contradiction between Buddhist and the Brahmanism started. Brahmana versus Ramana. This Brahmana concept is basically based on the concept of Brahma. This Brahma, therefore, Brahma is the supreme God who creates the whole universe and controls it. So, here the religion is playing very important role. Perrier once he said about the religion, and he dealt the question of religion, you know better than me. So religion is a part. Dieloge also dealt this question. Many others, ideologues and philosophers, they dealt this question. Basically, here we have to understand the role of religion. What is the role of religion? When society is divided, just started dividing at that point of time, here you imagine a society where these people are there. So here I want to be the ruler or want to extract surplus from you. You people are the direct producer. Okay. So I need to have your production in my hand. So what is the way out? What can be the method? Dieloge and Kosambi, they jointly said that there could be 3 P's. P. First P, they said that purchase. That I can purchase what you produced. But at that point of time, the society is just in the verge of class division. The class division did not take place. It was just going to start take place. So at that time, I did not have the wealth, because wealth at that time are divided. I just planning to take your wealth in my hand. After the successful of this planning, then only the wealth will come and concentrate in my hand. So before that, I did not have the wealth to purchase your production. So purchase cannot be done at that time. In a very simple reason. Secondly, plunder. Another method could be plunder. I just by forcefully I can take the surplus from you. Later, this was a very standard method in feudalism, in capitalism, in many other societies, forcefully taken the surplus. But at that point of time, it was not possible. Why? Because all of we are having arms. In later, the class divided society, the right of the arms is limited to the ruling class only. Not all people had or can use arms. But at that point of time, everybody had arms. So I cannot use my arms against all of you, because everyone is armed. Everyone armed. So I cannot use the method of plunder. I cannot use the force. Then only one P is left, that is persuasion. Persuasion. That you please give. If I say you please give, you will give. No. That cannot be a form of persuasion. What can be the form of persuasion? The form of persuasion is, see that I am the mediator of the God. God has created the whole world, and God is controlling your life. Tomorrow what will happen to you, that is controlled by the God. And I am the person, I have an antenna, because this antenna will keep touch with the God, and I am having a middleman, having touch with the God, and that God is controlling your fate. What tomorrow going to happen to you, that is controlled by the God. So this concept that supreme body or supreme thing which gave birth or produced this whole universe, and he is controlling the whole thing. Even very micro level, every person to person, he is seeing and controlling their fate. All this concept, this is a religion, this was immersed, and only then you will give your surplus to me. I will say that you give your surplus not to me, you will give to the God. But you cannot give the God directly. In the early Vedic period, if you study Rig Veda, in the early period, anybody can give to the God. Because the concept of the God is that God comes to the Sabha. Sabha and Samiti, two political institutions of the Indians. The God takes place, this Indra is coming to the Sabha and Samitis. Who was Indra? Indra was the supreme military commander of the Kitsu Bharata clan. The clan of the Aryans who composed Rig Veda. They used to call themselves Kitsu Bharata clan under the leadership of Dieloge. They started a war from the Afghanistan-Iran border in the Sistan area, which is now in Sistan area. It was clearly written in the Rig Veda. Under the leadership of Dieloge and Indra, this struggle was started. And the first struggle took place against whom? Against Krishna. Who was the Krishna? Krishna is a black warrior. Krishna was a non-Aryan. And the great battle between Indra and Krishna, Indra killed Krishna. And his skin was he torn apart. By this he killed Krishna. Later they appropriated Krishna in their fold and started saying, oh, Krishna is our God. Krishna is associated to us. In Mahabharata, Krishna was they have made himself an association. They are associated. But actual fact is that there is in Rig Veda very clearly stated that there was a big battle. So Indra, my basic point is Indra. Who was Indra? Indra is a human being. He is a commander-in-chief at that time. So they can give their direct touch. Everybody has a direct touch with Indra, Varuna, Ashwini, goddess. But not later Brahma. When these gods were abandoned in later Vedic period and Brahma was introduced, not all people are having direct touch with the Brahma. You have to come to the middleman, to the mediator. This mediator is the Brahmin. So you have to give everything which you want to give to the God to me. Very simple. I am getting surplus from your hand. I did not have to use force. I did not have to purchase. So the religion is a form of persuasion. So religion is not a religion in that sense. Religion is very much political weapons which are extracting surplus. Nowadays, that is why we say that rifle and Bible, both rifle and Bible, that is two weapons to extract the surplus, to domination, to exploitation, everything. So religion is very much political question, and the Sramana, group of Sramana, started their philosophical attack against this Brahmavada, and they said there is no God. So Buddha said there is no God, no Vedas. So this is the thing. Asoka was converted to Buddhism, then the big tension started. If you study the modern empire, you will see that modern empire was an empire which was established by the so-called lower caste people, not the people from so-called higher varna. It was more at that time they came from the so-called lower varnas. So and these lower varnas from the time of the Buddha all are in the Sramana movement, in Vaisali, Vajis, and all these. There are 16 Mahajanapadas at that time, you know. Out of these 16 Mahajanapadas, there are 8 Mahajanapadas were that is monarchy system, and 8 Mahajanapadas were that is republican system. In this republican system, all are tribal republic people. Some Kshatriya, Shakya from the Buddha, Gautam Buddha himself came. That was the Kshatriya, but other many tribal republics which were from the Sudra, like Lichavis, one of the very important in Buddhist history, and they part a very important role to spread Buddhism. They were direct fighter, There is a 100 years fight between the Magadha and the Lichavis. It took place between Ajatasattu and the Lichavi. All these things in the history of India and the history of Buddhism. So these people, this so-called lower Varna people, they were heavily supported the Somana movement. Chandragupta Maurya himself was a Jain, and he started that kingdom, and he converted to Buddhism. Then the big tension started within the Mauryan empire, and that many reforms were introduced by the Asoka, which directly went against the Brahmin people, Vedic people or Brahmin people, directly went against. But Asoka, he was a very powerful king, and after Asoka, that gradually that power which Asoka had, that power is gradually decreased. And the last Mauryan king was Bihadratha. And Bihadratha, his commander-in-chief was Pushyamitra Shunga. Pushyamitra Shunga was a Brahmin. And the whole Brahmin section and Kshatriya section, Brahmin section, they were very much against the Mauryan empire, especially after Asoka, due to many reforms were introduced at that time. So, at the time of Bihadratha, that coup d'etat took place. Under the leadership of Pushyamitra Shunga, coup d'etat took place. Bihadratha was killed, and Pushyamitra Shunga came to the power, and the Shunga dynasty started. That is a Brahmin dynasty. And the main priest of Pushyamitra Shunga, he was Sumati Bhargava. His name was Sumati Bhargava. This Sumati Bhargava is the Manu. He took the name Manu, and he wrote an elaborated law book which is called Manusmriti. In this Manusmriti, very clearly stated that when you are giving something to a Brahmin, listen, when you are giving something to Brahmin, don't think that you are giving to him, because all the things under the sun, all the things in the world belongs to Brahmin. They are the owner of the Brahmin. The Brahmin is the owner of everything. He is taking his own thing from you. That means you may be a producer. You may produce surplus, but you are not the owner of that. Who is the owner? Brahmin. And the task of the Kshatriyas is to rule. So Brahmin and Kshatriya, this combination was very much institutionalized at that point of time. And the Vaishya and Shudra struggle took very sharp form from the time of the Manu. But later, many dynamics took place. The classes and class divisions in nowhere in the world, it is a static thing. It is always changing. So there is inner dynamics of classes also. Gradually, next, if you study the history of next 1000 years, you will see that gradually these Vaishya people who once in the side of Sudra are TV section of this Vaishya people, they are gradually, this is called, in sociology, this is called social upward mobilization. Due to this social upward mobilization, these Vaishya people nowadays is becoming a part of the ruling class. So, in today's India, most of the wealth is dominated by the Banias. Most of the multinational companies, they are in the Bania class. So this dynamics took place. And on the other hand, the Sudras, they were intermingled with the Antaja. Because, these four Varnas took place among the Aryans. But outside Aryans, there were Antaja. There were fifth Varna or Avarna. Those who did not have any Varna, because they did not belong to the Aryan society. They were Antaja. All Aryans. So these all Aryans, they are intermingled with Shudra and formed a large section of the vast Dalit section, which were gradually divided in 2-3 subgroups. Other backward caste in today's explanation, OBC and Dalits and most oppressed section of the Dalits. This type of division took place. And today, if you see today that the Brahmins, once upon a time, that Brahmins are having control of total land. Introduction of the Agrahara system at that time, especially after Manu and especially in Gupta period. From Manu to Gupta period, in this time, the introduction of Agrahara system is very important throughout the country. By this Agrahara system, all fertile lands were donated or given to the Brahmins. So Brahmins had all fertile lands. Even today, India is a vast country, so there are many types of formation. In the southern section or in Bengal also, you will find that the Brahmins are not holding land very much nowadays. Brahmins are in the higher post of the government jobs, bureaucracy, in the judiciary, etc. And the intermediate castes, they are having the land. But in Bihar, in Jharkhand, if you go, you will in Uttar Pradesh, you will find that Brahmins are having the land. This is division to take place in throughout the country. Many diversities are there. But in the talk about or understand the Indian reality of the classes, we cannot go through an Eurocentric way. We cannot go through the class division which is stated in the Communist Manifesto. If you see in the Communist Manifesto, when it is said in the at first that society is divided into classes, plebeian and patrician. The first line is the all human history is the history of class struggle, and there is a struggle between patrician and plebeian, freeman and journeyman. This type. So this plebeian, patrician, freeman, journeyman, you will not find in India. Initially, when we used to think that Marxism is what Marx is said, every letter, every line, everything is written in the Marx collected words or selected words, that is Marxism. In my childhood or in the college days, at that time we understand Marxism in this way. But this is not Marxism. Marxism is the approach. It is said that Marxism is world outlook. Approach. Marx applied that approach in western part of the Europe at that time. And we have to understand the approach. And that approach we have to apply into the concrete situation of India. So we cannot find out here that plebeian, patrician, journeyman, freeman. No. Here you will find Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, etc. So here, then many people ask that is a communist party is a Dalit party? Communist party is a Dalit party? We say no. Communist party is definitely, Communist party is friendly with the Dalit organization. What is the difference between communist organization and Dalit organization? Communist party is friendly with Dalit organization because Dalits people, we according to our concept, we are thinking that they are the working masses. They are the working masses according to the caste class dynamics. They are the working masses. So Dalit organization, in a sense, Dalit organization is the workers' organization, working people's organization, in a sense. Therefore, Communist Party have a good relation, a friendly relation with the Dalit organization. But Communist Party is the supreme organization of the working people. This is not a simple workers' organization. There is difference between workers' organization and communist organization. Communist organization is the supreme organization of the Indian working class. So Indian working class may have many other organizations, many Dalit organizations, many even Ambedkar formed that labor organization. This type of many organizations, many workers organizations can be formed by the Indian working class, Indian workers. But communist organization or communist party is the supreme organization of the Indian working class. This is number one division. Difference. Second difference between communist organization and Dalit organization is in the concept. Most of the Dalit organization thinks that they are fighting each Brahmins individual. Each individual Brahmins, each individual Kshatriya, each individual upper caste people. But as a communist, we know that we are fighting against Brahminism. We are fighting against a system, against a class division. A model of the class division we are fighting, and we have to eradicate this whole model, not the individual Brahmins. We have to eradicate, overthrow the whole model of Indian class system, class societies. We have to overthrow that. Therefore, Brahmins can be a part of the communist movement. Like the Buddhist Sangha. If you compare with the Buddhist Sangha, Buddha, what is Buddhism? Buddhism was the theoretical, philosophical expression of Vaishya and Shudra people. That means very people in that perspective. But Buddha never developed his Sangha on the base of the Dalit people only, on the Vaishya Sutra only. Buddha himself came from the Kshatriya clan. When the main struggle was going on, an alliance between Vaishya and Shudra, then Gautama Buddha came from the Kshatriya clan. You have to understand that. And many leaders of the Buddhists, like Sariputta, like Moggalan, like Nagarjuna, like Nagsena, like Asanga, like Vasubandha, they, Kamalasila, all they came from the Brahmin family. Oppose the Brahminism. So Brahmins can come in the communist movement, in against the Brahminism, against the whole class division in our country. So communist organization is the supreme body of the Indian working class, which can assimilate a portion of intelligentsia which will come from the Brahmins, Kshatriya, and from the bourgeoisie. Marx came from the higher petty bourgeoisie. Engels, you know, Engels' father was an industrialist, and Engels was for a long time in his life. Engels was involved in the industrial relationship. He was the owner of a factory. You have to understand. So, and before that, Marx and Engels also some European socialists. They also the owners. So, communist organization is a higher form of the Indian working class, which can assimilate the intelligentsia from the other section, from the Brahmins, from the bourgeoisie, from the Kshatriya, from the Vaishya, into their fold. But the concept here is important. The class is not only an economic category. You have to understand. This is a long understanding of the mechanical Marxism in our mind, that class is an economic category only. No. Class is a socio-political and economic category. Socio-political and economic categories, you have to understand class not through the economy only, not without economy. Economy is the base, but on the base there are superstructure. This is the social relations, this is the political relation. That's why Marx said all class struggle are political struggle. If classes are only economic category, then all class struggles cannot be the political struggle. All class struggle would be the economic struggle if classes are economic category. You have to understand that when we are talking about working class, then we do not mean only the workers. We are talking about a concept of the workers' philosophy, that is Marxism. Many people may come from the other classes who declassed. There is a concept of declassed, and what is the meaning of declassed? They are abandoning their own class and own class interest and change the classes. So classes is not only economic, it is economic, it is social, it is political, it is theoretical, it is philosophical. So in communist organization, Brahmins can come. But in the Dalit organization, they are basically based on the Dalit people only. They are restricted. Generally it is seen that most of the Dalit organization is restricted among the Dalits. But Communist Party is the highest form of the Indian working class, including Dalits. So there is a dialectical relation between Communist Party and the Dalit organization, which we have to understand. Within 5 minutes, I have to say 2 points, so I have to go first. here we have to understand or keep in mind one important thing, that in communist movement many deviations started. Now if we say, when we say the communist movement is not Marxist time, like that today is not the same thing. By this time, by these last 200 years, there are many deviations in communist movement. The revisionists came. Who are the revisionists? The revisionists are the bourgeoisie, the classical formula, classical Marxist formula on revisionism or on a revisionist is that revisionists are the bourgeoisie within what is the movement? Bourgeoisie within the communist movement. That is revisionist. We have to fight against revisionist or revisionism. That is one of the very important aspects. Similarly, in those movements also, there is deviation took place. In the those movements, you can see a section which are having all advantage or privilege of the struggle of the Dalits, of the reservation of the Dalits. All privileges are concentrated in a few hands. So a teeny section of the cricket layer, they came and they are now not in the line of caste annihilation. They want the caste division, because if there is no caste division, no privilege will be there, no fighting will be there, no appropriation of the fruits from the Dalit movement will be there. So some Dalit organization and Dalit leaders will definitely find that those who were the like the revisionists are the bourgeoisie in the working class movement, and these Dalit leaders, they are the Brahmins or Brahministic people within the Dalit movement. So these type of people are there. You have to fight against them. Both in the sphere, in the communist sphere and in the Dalit sphere, you have to fight against the deviations from the Marxism and from the caste annihilation. Caste will be annihilated. Comrade, if we think that castes or varnas are basically classes, then the question is related to how the class division can be eradicated. And class division will be overthrown. That means that class societies will be overthrown. First step is having the political power in the hand. Why we have respect to Dieloge and Ambedkar? Why we do respect? Why we communists do respect Ambedkar and Dieloge? Because they were not simply social reformers. That is a standing concept in the communist camp, that these people are reformers and we are the revolutionary. No, we do not think that Dieloge and Ambedkar was only mere social reformers. They were social revolutionaries who were talking about that snatching the political power in the hand of the Dalits. Who are the Dalits? The working masses. If the political power comes in the hand of the Dalits, what does it mean? It means the political power is coming in the hands of the Indian working people. Nowadays, there are many non-Dalit section of the working people, there are many other section of the working masses in totality, because Communist Party is the supreme authority, supreme body of the Indian working masses. So, political power in the hand of the working masses, that is upside down. Today's structure of the society will be upside down. That is a revolution. So, through revolution only, the caste annihilation will be overthrown. But it is a first step. Political power, having political power in hand, it is the first step. Because I will again say that Dieloge and Ambedkar, they were the profoundly political personality. Dieloge was in Congress and this Ambedkar formed a separate party. But having political power in hand is the first step. Because according, we know very well that the working masses, when they are trying to advance for their revolution is started from the political revolution. Bourgeois revolution is concluded in political revolution. Social changes took place in the feudal society. So social changes took place, social revolution took place. But their revolution concluded in the political revolution when bourgeoisie took the political power in hand. That means the political revolution completed. But in our case, the opposite is case. Our revolution started by the political revolution and then extended in the social arena, social reconstruction, social revolution. Therefore, having political power in hand is the first step. Then we have to go through to the whole process of reconstruction of the society, uproot and overthrow down every traces of Brahminism and the class divisions in the whole society, and that is therefore it is interrelated, intermingled. The class struggle from our eyes, there is class struggle and caste struggle is intermingled in such a way you cannot separate it completely. But caste will be annihilated through the overall revolution, which will start from taking political power in hand, that will start from the political revolution and will be extended to the social reconstruction of the whole society, where no classes will be there, therefore no caste will be there, no varnas will be there. Society will reach in a phase of completing the social or construction, that means socialist revolution will be concluded, complete, and we will reach in a new society, that is a classless society. Naturally, it is casteless society, varnaless society, because varna and caste are basically, in Indian perspective, are classes. So this is the whole understanding of our party. So long we are having, according to our present understanding. We know that many questions will be there, and if there is any scope, we will deal. Many questions will remain also, and many questions I cannot answer also, because I do not have all the answers. The movement, the struggle will produce the many answers in the coming days. Thank you, and rest I will see you.
பெரிய அம்பேத்கர் என்ற தலைவர்கள் நம்முடைய சமூக